خليفة.
Down, down, Al Khalifa.
بسم الله. Yep. Perfect.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. On behalf of the Bahrain Australian Youth Movement and the Prophet Muhammad Association, we would like to thank you all sincerely for your attendance and for the firm stance which you have all jointly taken in solidarity with the Bahraini people. We have gathered here today to commemorate the second anniversary of the Bahraini Revolution. We are here today to show our brothers and sisters in Bahrain that we have not forgotten in their struggle against the brutal and oppressive 230-year-old monarchy run by one family, Al Khalifa. The Bahraini Revolution, which has been coined as the Forgotten Revolution, arose on the 14th of February 2011. As people filled the streets staging pro-democracy protests and demanded for more equality, justice and fair treatment towards the majority discriminated against Shia population. This resulted in a brutal crackdown carried out by the security forces loyal to Al Khalifa, which led to the injury of many protests and even killing, as they fired live bullets and tear gas into the crowd. 2 years on today from the uprising, this brutal monarchy has claimed the lives of 87 innocent protesters. 87 innocent lives just for merely getting out there and peacefully protesting, asking for democracy. 13 of those 87 were innocent children. 19% were beat, tortured to death. 31% died from direct fire, and 39% died from tear gas and respiratory failure. This evidently becomes clear to us that this monarchy is showing us that it doesn't even care. It's showing us that it's a brutal, ruthless dictatorship in the region.
Yeah.
Al Khalifa has been oppressing an entire nation for over 2 centuries, and the Bahraini people have had enough. It's time we wake up and do something. This revolution is called the Forgotten One for a reason. They're crying and pleading for our help, but falling on deaf ears. The mainstream media has covered all the uprisings in the region thoroughly. They point out all their cameras towards Syria, Libya, Egypt, but when it comes to Bahrain, you'll be lucky to find a couple of channels covering the vital cause. That is why we are here today. We are here today because now it becomes our duty to stand up and let our voices be heard, to provide our brothers and sisters in Bahrain with the reassurance and let them know that the world may have turned a blind eye to their struggle, but we have not. We have not forgotten our brothers and sisters. We are with you, our brothers. We are with you, our sisters. Our hearts are with you. We are following the footsteps of our beloved Prophet, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who taught us that the Muslim Ummah should act like a body. If one part of the body suffers pain, the other part also suffers. These sweet, eloquent words that were spoken beautifully from the best of creations to walk on this earth are what we are applying here today. We are the followers of Muhammad and Al-Muhammad. Oppression lays the foundation of our history. As followers of Ahlul Bayt, we have suffered from oppression and marginalization under the most of the Muslim empires throughout history. If you are a follower of Al-Muhammad, well, then you are certainly familiar with the term of oppression. We commemorate and weep over the beloved grandson of the Holy Prophet, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, who was slain ruthlessly along with his loyal companions and family members on the holy land of Karbala. This heinous act we weep over and condemn is the epitome of oppression, injustice, brutality, and the stand taken by Imam embodies the notion of righteousness, morality, honor and equality. How do we commemorate this act of oppression every year and claim we are against oppression and we help any oppressed, every oppressed person wherever they are? Because that is what Imam will want us to do. Yet when we see that happening in reality, as we do in Bahrain, we stop and do nothing. We say, oh, a protest isn't going to be productive. Oh, well, what are we going to do? Bring down Al Khalifa just while coming out here? Oh, cause you know what? I'll do dua at home and everything's going to get better. Now, some of us think our moral obligations and duties as Muslims and human beings only lies with the spiritual aspect. You know, there's more to that. Our moral obligations and duties as human beings and Muslims require some form of practicality. It requires us to stand up here and do something about it. I'm not telling you to go buy a ticket and go to Bahrain and join a protest. That's just ridiculous. But anything you do, no matter how small, it makes a difference. A Facebook status, a video, a photo, telling a friend at uni or work, you know what's happening in Bahrain? Raise awareness, just simply raise awareness. That's what we're doing here today. We're raising awareness and we're asking the Australian government to also help raise awareness. The Australian government has commented on all types of uprisings, Syria, Egypt and Libya. They've even supported NATO invasions of countries to bring down leaders. But when it comes to Bahrain, nothing. You never hear anything, no condemnation. When Saudi Arabia is the worst country when it comes to human rights in the whole of the Middle East, but nothing. We never hear anything from the Australian government. We only hear about countries that America is against. We got ministers calling for the assassination of the Syrian Prime Minister. Why do you call for the assassination of the Bahraini Prime Minister? What's the difference? What's the difference between them two? We want, just like our friend Fuad here said, we want democracy and not hypocrisy. To conclude, I would like to thank you again, dearly, for your attendance, and be mindful what you're doing here right now is not only refreshing for the Bahraini people, but you're also pleasing your Creator. You are pleasing His Messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You are pleasing His Ahlul Bayt. You are pleasing Fatima, Ali, Hassan and Hussein. This right here is what they would all want us to do. To see injustice and stand up against it. To see oppressed and to help them. And to do that by taking action, standing up and letting your voice be heard. To make sure your brother in faith is no longer oppressed. And that these oppressors who are the modern day Yazid and Muawiyahs no longer insist. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
From Australia to Bahrain, we are come and break your chain. From Australia to Bahrain, we are come and break your chain. From Australia to Bahrain,
We are coming to break your chain. From Australia to Bahrain, we are coming to break your chain.
It's hard to believe that scholars and religious faith leaders would be singled out to face military tribunals for merely calling of the regime change alongside hundreds of thousands of others. Down, down, Al-Khalifa!
Down, down, Al-Khalifa!
Down, down, Al-Khalifa!
Down, down, Al-Khalifa!
Down, down, Al-Saud!
Down, down, Al-Saud!
Now, everybody, we have a small clip about what's going on in Bahrain. So if you don't mind,